Good evening to all those who are gathered for this occasion, graduates, parents, families, staff, and friends. This has been a school year like no other. So many seemingly small milestones that mark the spring in schools have been missed, and each one keenly felt. And some not so small events have been missed or altered as well. Yet, through some of the most difficult days faced by our post-war generations, we have seen resilience, creativity, and sacrifice. While buildings were closed, schools were not. Teachers with no training in how to teach online during a pandemic transitioned to this new world. They created online lessons and videos, called students and parents, taught late-night classes, delivered food, helped students plan for next year, planned graduation, and they did all this because they care deeply about those they teach and their community. Thank you to our staff, teachers, administrative assistants, EAs, custodians, tech support, for creating and supporting the virtual version of JMH. On the days when it seemed overwhelming and simply too much, you kept on going. You held each other up. You supported us as administration with patience through the unknown, and for that we are grateful. You have a well-earned summer ahead as we plan for what is yet to come. Congratulations to Mr. Richard Giannette, who is retiring this year, joining the class of 2020 as they head off into new adventures. Class of 2020, yours is a unique journey, marked by history like few others. You spent your preschool years in a post-9/11 world. You have not known a world without internet or social media. You have felt the impacts of globalization and shifting world powers. And now you finish high school in the midst of a worldwide pandemic. While none of this is a story of your choosing, it is a story that is entirely yours. Each of you has experienced the last 18 years differently, yet your paths have converged here, at this point of your high school graduation, as they may never again. So take time to celebrate both the ending and the beginning that is high school graduation. It may not be the ceremony that you or your family envisioned, but that does not negate the work you did to achieve this milestone. Celebrate and cherish the memories of the last 13 years that have led you here. If this pandemic has shown us anything, it is that none of us is ever really prepared for what may lie ahead. Life is unpredictable, and when you are in the middle of things, it is often difficult to see exactly where you need to go. However, forward we all must go. And I believe that with the things we have learned over the last few months, there is so much potential for us not to go back to the way things were, but to a world that is more patient, more compassionate, more understanding, more inquisitive and curious, to a society that realizes that what we missed over the last months was each other and that values human connection. You, the class of 2020, are well positioned to help determine how we rebuild. Because of what you have lost, you will make sure that we do not forget that what was missed most during the spring of 2020 were the moments that could not be shared. As you go forward, remember the simple advice of Arthur Ashe, who said, "Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can." Start where you are. So, JMH class of 2020, this literal physical place you are starting from, after months of being told to stay at home, you should know it well. It is a place that loves you hard and that is fiercely proud of you. You are now alumni of JMH. You are and will always be Tommies. And Miramichi, your roots in this community will give you support and love, likely administered with some well-meaning advice and perhaps a touch of good old gossip. But the river in this place run deep, and this place will likely always call you home. In a more figurative sense, whoever and wherever you are right now is a starting point for everything that comes after. You won't always be who you are right now, but who you are right now is a pretty darn amazing place to begin. And you can always choose to start over again as many times as you want. Use what you have. You are a talented and blessed group. You have each other, you have us. You have people you can lean on and love. You have skills in collaboration, debate, music, athletics, research, mechanics, relationships, writing, art. Your youth gives you energy and passion and an idealism that you need to hang on to as long as you can. You have brains and beauty, you have empathy, compassion, and a sense of social justice. Do not squander any of those things. Use every tool in your arsenal. Do what you can. Never feel like you cannot make a difference for yourselves, for others, for your community, for the world. But also balance that with tempered expectations that you must do everything. Doing what you can means knowing your limits. Sometimes it means pushing yourself to say yes, and sometimes it means making yourself say no. Both of those can be frightening and challenging, but that is what makes them important and worthwhile. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Just as your journey to this point has been unique, so will be your path forward. Congratulations to the James & Hill class of 2020.